Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're digging into some really charged source material.
Ah,
It compares U.S. President Donald J. Trump directly to the biblical Antichrist figure.
right, the man of sin, the beast. Our job here is just to report objectively on what this material claims. It leans heavily on Daniel, Revelation, and 2 Thessalonians.
And the argument is that Trump fits these prophecies in a unique way, more than others in the past.
That's the core claim, yeah. The material uses these like filters. Is it biblically accurate? Is there factual backup? And how strong is the interpretation?
Okay, that approach seems important for, well, for a topic like this. And the source is connected to spirituality, not just politics, mentioning 2 Thessalonians 2.3.
Exactly. That verse talks about the man of lawlessness showing up after a big apostasy, a falling away from faith.
So the source is suggesting maybe Trump's strong support, especially among some evangelicals, is that falling away, that signal.
Precisely. It flips the script, suggesting maybe the Antichrist figure primarily deceives believers, not just,
Yeah.
everyone else. That's the framing.
Interesting. Okay, let's unpack the arguments. The sources start with character traits, specifically arrogance and deceit, where they feel the interpretation is strongest.
Yeah, because they tie it to public record.
Mhm.
The Antichrist is described as extremely boastful, magnifying himself. Think Daniel 7.8 and 11.36.
And they link that to specific things Trump has said or done.
They do. They cite quotes like, I alone can fix it, and mention the sheer volume of claims. Fact checkers have flagged the source notes over 30,000.
Okay, and how does that connect to throwing truth to the ground from Daniel 8.2? Is that just about lying?
It's presented as more than just lying. It's about actively devaluing truth itself, dismissing evidence, using fake news constantly. That's the substantiation offered, making facts irrelevant.
Right, so from deceit, the material moves towards lawlessness.
Correct. To the man of sin in 2 Thessalonians 2.3. The idea here is a public embrace of vice, almost wearing it as a badge.
A public embrace. How do they support that? That seems like a major interpretive leap.
Well, they point to his own words, like that 1987 quote, I've been greedy all my life, I grab and grab and grab. And also a 2015 comment about not really needing to ask God for forgiveness. The argument is that this openness about vices fits the sin incarnate idea.
Okay. And that leads to the lawless one concept from 2 Thessalonians 2.8.
Yeah.
Someone who ignores laws.
Yeah. And the main piece of evidence they use is that 2019 quote.
Ooh, the Article 2 quote.
That's the one. Article 2 allows me to do whatever I want. They argue this shows a belief he's somehow above the law, reinforcing that narrative.
Got it. So beyond character and actions, the material also looks at symbolic stuff.
Definitely. They bring up John 5.43, the warning that people would reject Jesus but accept someone coming in his own name.
Meaning someone who comes with their own fame, not through established channels.
Kind of, yeah. He entered politics already famous, a celebrity.
Yeah.
And some evangelicals hailed him almost like a divine Cyrus figure.
Right. Cyrus being the foreign king God used in the Old Testament.
Exactly. A non-believer used for God's purpose. And the source knows Israel has honored him too, naming things after him like a train station, even putting his image on Temple Institute coins. Little symbolic nods.
And there was that wordplay thing too, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, the little horn from Daniel 7.8. The source points out the name Trump is related etymologically to trumpet or shofar, which is horn in Hebrew. It's symbolic wordplay, maybe a bit speculative, but they include it.
Interesting connection linguistically. What about Revelation?
Revelation 13.3. The whole world wonders after the beast. The material argues Trump's unprecedented global media coverage, the constant attention. It fits this idea of the world being kind of mesmerized or stupefied.
Especially the idea of his potential return to power being like a spectacle everyone watches.
That's the comparison they draw, yeah. That unique combination, the arrogance, the open embrace of vice, the lawlessness claims, the global spotlight, that's what the source material ultimately frames as this powerful symbolic match to the warnings.
Okay, so summing up the source's view, it's the convergence of all these elements that makes the comparison, for them, so compelling.
Right, which leads us back to that really challenging final thought the material puts forward. If, as the source suggests based on 2 Thessalonians, the Antichrist is revealed amid this falling away, this apostasy,
And the target is the deceived believer.
then how do you, the listener, tell the difference between just intense political loyalty and actual spiritual apostasy? That's the really provocative question left hanging, something to think about.